Did I seriously just find gold from the gravel off the shingles of my house? What the? So I've heard of people finding gold in the bags of play sand from your hardware stores. So I figured if they're using crushed gravel to make shingles, why wouldn't there be gold in the shingles and what's running off into my gutters? So, long story short, my curiosity got the better of me. I cleaned out the gutters, stuck a bucket underneath the downspout and washed everything out, and then let it dry for a couple weeks so it'd be a little bit easier to scoop through, and then started classifying with a 1/4 inch, try and get some of the leaves and other little clumps of stuff out of it. And then from 1/4 inch, I'm going to classify it again down to 1/8 inch, just to help get rid of, there's still some big chunks in there and stuff that just doesn't want to break apart. So I go through and classify it all again, because I know there's going to be a ton of junk in there, but all I'm really interested in is the finds and see if there's any gold actually in it. So you can tell there's black sand, and there's some of the asphalt covered stuff, and some the crushed ceramic or whatever else that is used to make shingles shiny. I couldn't find my magnet, so I just grabbed a welding magnet and put it in a bag to help pull some of the black sands out. I also wanted to double check. This is what was left over from the 1/4 inch classifying. I've heard it in several places that little tiny meteors actually make it to Earth and hit your house. And here I am using the magnet to pull some of the sand out of the concentrates at the end. But these little bitty meteors, they'll hit your house, and sometimes that's like the thud or the noises on the roof you hear at night. And naturally they're going to be pretty heavy, and so they're going to work their way down into your gutter. So I was checking to see if there are any little tiny meteorites as well, and well, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but here I am. I've got the last little bit of it down in the pan. I think I ended up with about half a 5-gallon bucket worth of stuff out of the gutters. Not that it's bad to clean out your gutters, but if there's a possibility of finding gold in what you clean out of your gutters, then hey, why not? And it also helps that in the winter time you don't have much else to do, and you don't have a whole lot of sunshine, so you set up in the garage and play in the water. As I get down here towards the bottom, I've always hated panning in dirty water. Especially when I get towards the end. I prefer to have clean water so that I can really see what's going on, see if I'm starting to lose anything out of the riffles in the pan. And so, I'm just going to take my time, and one of the tricks that I've learned is tapping your pan. You pick a spot and tap, and just do it for a couple minutes, and all of your super heavy stuff is going to move towards where you're tapping. Rather than sitting at the lowest point in the pan, it's going to move to whichever side you're tapping on. And that makes it a little bit easier. You can wash away some of the other fines, and your heavy stuff, your gold or whatever your heavies are that are going to be in there, will be off to that side that you were tapping on. So as we pull some of the blonde sands out of there, tap over to the side some more, get things moving a little bit. At this point, I don't think I'd seen anything, but right there at the bottom of the pan, just a little off to the right, you can see some flecks of gold. You see them all dancing together. And I would have left the sound in on this portion, but I had the radio playing in the background, and YouTube likes to throw a fit when you've got copyrighted songs in your videos. So it looks like we've got 3 decent flakes of gold and a little bit of finer stuff. There's a couple other things kind of rolling in there too. And again, you know, running through it with a magnet, I checked all that stuff. There wasn't anything big, you know, that to me that would resemble a, you know, what was left of a meteorite or something like that. It all just looked like, you know, your regular magnetite black sands. But there we go. There's 3 little flakes, and then there's some of that fly poop gold in there too. And then I'm not sure what that chunk is, but it's kind of rusty colored. I mean, it didn't seem quite as heavy as the rest of the gold, but who knows? I mean, if you can find gold in your gutters, why not clean them out and pan it and see what you find? I mean, heck, you never know until you do it.